Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, Vic's Takes. I got another movie I want to put on you guys' radar. This is a really good one. This is another one of those foreign films. It's top 9, so that means people must be watching it, obviously. But it's called YARA. Oh my God, it is so... This got to me. I tell you, it got to me. It's about a little girl that she goes missing, and she's 13 years old, and somebody picked her up and they tried to rape her, and then they end up killing her and leaving her body and stuff. And she was alive when they left her there, so that means she died of hypothermia, and she was only 13 years old. And I'm telling you guys, this movie really got to me, and it was based on a real case, and it's just, whew, it's an Italian-made movie, and it's just so well made, you guys. I mean, it got to me. It's I'll read it off the plot. I'll read the plot synopsis and we'll discuss it from there. A determined prosecutor becomes consumed with a case of a missing 13-year-old and goes to an extreme lengths to get the truth based on a real case. And man, did she go. This woman was so, it's amazing what some of these investigators and cops and, do, and the lengths they go through, because this lady, man, they wanted to get rid of her. They wasted a lot of money on trying to find out. They wanted her to take the case, and they wanted to file it. They's like, there's nothing we can do, you guys. They was trying to tell us, you need to file this case, because, and she didn't want to meet the parents at first, and then she later on met the parents, and man, you could just feel the pain of those two parents going through. And they had 2 other kids at home, and they just couldn't understand why this happened. You guys, this, whoo, man, I hate hearing about people's kids getting killed, little kids getting kidnapped and all that. No, I mean, there's so much going on in this world right now, and I'm amazed that some of the parents out there just let some of their kids just run around. I would not take chances, man. I know I wouldn't, but anyway. But, whoo, man, she went through so much to figure out how to solve this case, and I was so intrigued. And I kept watching it, and the way she did it, they even brought up stuff about DNA, and they was trying to get DNA, and then when she went to the lab, the guy was like, well, it's because we don't have a database of DNA like the States. And he said the States, because a lot of foreign countries call United States the States. We have a database of DNA, thank God. And she's like, man, he said, if we had a database of, DNA that we, like the States, he goes, we might have a better chance of catching the killer. So she had to figure out, this is so deep. It is so deep, because the way that she went, she almost gave up, but she thought she went in a backwards way and came forward and tried to figure out this case. And I was like, my God, this woman was really determined, because the guy that killed her, he was married and had 3 adorable little girls. And his wife, man, when they, towards the end of this movie, when they did find the killer, because when I was watching this movie, I was like, they're not gonna catch this killer. I think that's why I got kind of sad, because it said it was based on a real case. I was like, they're not going to catch this guy. And I don't know why I didn't think she was going to catch the guy, but the way I was into this movie, I didn't think they was going to catch him. And so I was really getting like, man, those parents got to live with that for the rest of their life. They still have to live with the fact that this dude carried out this heinous act. Sick. But anyway, he had a fetish of bald vaginas. He was online looking at girls that had shaved vaginas. Sick. And his wife was very attractive. You guys, whew, there's some sick people in this world. But anyway, she found the DNA, but she found out that these DNA belonged to these grown people, and they were brothers and sisters. I think it was 2 brothers and 1 sister. But then she found out that there was another DNA that wasn't with that family. So they went to the mom, and they told the mom, they said, hey, we feel as though your husband must have had another child with somebody. And she swore up and down. And that was another thing. she was like, my husband never cheated on me. And she goes, well, what job did your husband have? And she said that he drove a truck delivering stuff to different people in different towns. And so the cop was like, well, are you sure about that? And she goes, yeah. So they wanted the DNA. And she's like, sure. She was giving them a hard time at first because she said, my husband never, did that. So they exhumed the body, and then they got a DNA sample from his driver's license. And so this cop was so determined, but you got to understand, this costs a lot of money. So she went to this town where they think that he got some girl pregnant, and come find out he did get some girl pregnant, and she had a baby. But this other woman, this other family had no idea, and it was her son that did the murder. You guys, folks, ladies and gentlemen, this emotionally got to me, and it got good pacing. Everybody in it was great. Another one of those foreign films that just killed it, that just whew. If you want to watch a good movie and you want to put all the pieces together, this is one that, this lady, I gotta get my hat off. That woman, she was determined to find that killer and to bring him to justice. And they did a good job overall, because I'm almost on 7 minutes. They did a good job of showing how this affected the family that lost the daughter, how it affected the wife that had the 3 kids by this idiot husband, and he was working for a firm, a construction site, that the dad and the dad was kind of like a big boss of that place. And so he kind of knew his daughter. That's what's the sick part about it. He worked on a construction site that the girl that he killed, his dad overseen. You guys, it's just, and then you should have seen his wife, how she was she was in shock. Like, I got 3 kids by this guy, and she asked him, she said, I remember that night when you said you was doing something, and she asked him, what did you do that night? Because he had no answer to that night, because, they do have cell towers where they pinged, and they pinged his phone in that area. And his wife was questioning. She goes, there is a gap of time on that day that she died, and you don't have no explanation. He kept telling her, so I didn't do it, honey. And she loved him, but at the same time, she had her doubts. But, how you think that made her feel, man? He had 3 adorable little kids. And then he goes out and kills some other family's 13-year-old child. Sick, you guys, sick. Please, for God's sakes, watch this movie. It is very good. It's number 9 on Netflix, so that means people must be watching it. So anyway, God bless and take care, and we'll catch you next video.